Welcome back. At the end of the previous part, we saw a secret meeting between two lowly creatures. Let's just put it like that. But anyway, we got a scene here. Oh, there's one in... Oh, IF in the Archbishop's Trap. Oh, I didn't realize one had started over in Leanbox. All right. Well, anyway, we got the landmass info. A mysterious monster. Normally, monsters only appear outside of town due to the goddess's divine protection. However... However?
Uh-oh! A monster is attacking the town!
You sound quite disturbed by this.
What? We've been busting the jaws of so many! What about the goddess's protection and stuff?
I just noticed, off to the right, behind IF. Why does that piano have a mirror on it? I don't think I've ever actually seen a piano like that in real life that has a mirror on it. Like that. Like it's a dresser as well as a piano. Like, you have a look when you get the chance. It's odd when you think about it.
Why didn't anyone notice this thing approaching the town? Those stupid guards must be completely useless.
Yeah.
I have no clue. It just popped up right there in the middle of town. Everyone's in a big panic!
Fade out? That's it? Alright then, we're done. That just feels weird, right? So we're obviously off to a dungeon here. Dolphin Park. Are we going to be facing a giant dolphin then? Mysterious monster number 2. What was number 1? I don't remember another one.
Is that it? I'm glad you were able to chase it out of town, but did nobody notice it was coming?
There are no witnesses. The first person who saw it said it appeared from out of thin air.
That just sounds like Noire.
We don't know how the monsters spawn. Maybe they do just sprout up out of nowhere in places.
Then there must be a reason for it to pop up in the middle of this specific town.
Let's do all that thinking after we take care of this monster. It looks about ready to charge us.
Dun dun dun.
Let's end this quickly!
I think I've seen this enemy type in Mugen's Souls. Yeah, I think that's where I've seen it. I don't know if it was in the like Mugen Souls Z, but it was definitely in the original. Because I remember one of them being a particularly hard boss for me.
Oh.
It's just weird how it's like, we go back to this game, and there's so many enemy, and like, I was going to say enema types. It was like, I don't think they're enema types, but still enemy types that we've seen elsewhere, and I didn't realize they were actually from this. It's like, I'd lost my memory of what was in this game. Mainly because like, I think it's starting from Mark II. We sort of have a certain enemy type that's always repeated. Whereas here, it's got different ones that weren't repeated in the later Neptunias. Because in the next one, we get stuff like, I'm trying to think. Yeah, may as well transform, screw it. What's it called? The DOS version of the, oh god, what's she called now? I can't remember. I mean, it's R4, we know this.
But I guess I gotta.
Deity of Sin. Yes, that's it, the DOS, Deity of Sin. Yeah, we have that version where it sort of looks a bit like Trillion. And I think even Trillion is based on that, where it's like got a mouth, torso. Just seems to be a staple of compile hard games where you have like this giant enemy and the bottom half of it. I can't speak for some reason. Maybe because it's nearly 2 AM. Might need some sleep. But yeah, anyway. The bottom half sort of like has a mouth. That seems to be a staple. So like Trillion was like that, the Deity of Sin like that, the final boss with Dark Rose Valkyrie was like that as well, wasn't it? Yeah, it just seemed to be a staple. Whether or not they're actually reusing the same model for that, I'm not sure. They may be using like a basic model and building up around it, something like that. I don't know.
Great, we won.
It's one reason I can't wait for Cyberdimension, because we should have some new stuff. Although, actually, based on what I've seen, it's all from Megatech Mention.
That was A normal monster.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't drop any rare shiny items, talk in a human language, or anything, really.
No shiny?
So that's it?
No way. I've never heard of an event like this. We might have forgotten or missed something.
But it was just a normal little old monster. The only weird thing was Mr. Heretic walking around.
That was a little old monster? Also, Mr. Heretic, it's always a heretic.
Are you aware of what you just said? Probably not. Why not repeat that to yourself?
But it was just a normal little old monster. The only weird thing was Mr. Heretic walking around.
You saw a heretic?
Yes, I sure did.
Fade out? Okay. Are we not gonna proceed with that logic? No? No, we're gonna go to the world map. Of course. The logical thing to do is return to the world map. Yes, a heretic's hideout. Compa notices a heretic near the site of a monster raid inside of a town. The team creates a tentative connection between the monsters and heretics. Oh, they're behind everything. Are we going to another dungeon already? Oh, it's a dolphin park again. A heretic's hideout.
There you are. You better start explaining that disc and that random monster to us.
I knew it. I knew someone would come after me. But I've long since given up returning to a normal life. I swore it off.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
That was an official ritual which creates a rift to the outside world.
But isn't that our world? What?
A ritual? Did you use, like, summon magic or draw a pentagram to bring the monster?
Well, of course not. This is a world based on games. What do you think it's gonna be?
Pentagram? No, monsters appear without such things, anytime, anywhere. With this disc, such things are possible.
I sort of figured. So, that disc is the cause of these monsters. Where did you get something like that? It looks like a really rare item. I don't want to use it, but I kind of want one too.
Well, you can't have one.
Do you? Then I'll give you this one. It's a different color, like a manufacturing error. Super rare.
Super.
Whoa! Thank you so super very much! Iffy, Compa, Mr. Heretic gave me this strange disc for free!
She does. Yeah. Sometimes she really needs to think about things just for a little bit.
Could you be any more careless? Who knows what that disc will do? Wipe that stupid grin off your face and get away from us!
She's not got a grin on her face.
So, Mr. Heretic, what sort of monster is in this disc? I'm not gonna use it. I'm just curious and stuff.
Nothing at all. That's why it's super rare.
What? That's totally unexpected. Shouldn't it be rare because it's got like a really cool monster in it? Ugh, useless.
Listen, empty discs can do a lot of unique things. Instead of summoning, you could even seal things away.
Oh.
They'll learn something in there. Lucky for me that loud girl was so easy to manipulate.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, you can't fault his logic. Or his fading out. Hello? Oh, now, of course, now loading. So are we inside the disc? What's with the music? Has it crashed? What's going on?
Where are we? Mr. Heretic gave me that disc, and now we're like inside the disc.
It's like Tron all over again.
I wish it weren't true. but it seems you're right. How do we get out? I've never been trapped inside a disc before.
Haven't you? Oh, well, this happens to me quite a bit.
No worries, you're not the only one. Let's get Professor Iffy to guide us out. Today's lesson, how to escape Discland. I've never been trapped in a disc before either. We might just have to sit tight until we're summoned back out.
But what if we don't?
By Mr. Heretic? Do you think he'll ever throw the disc at someone and say, I choose you, Compifitoon?
Compifitoon?
That's incredibly unlikely.
Yes. I mean, it'd be more like Digimon. I mean, you're digital monsters in effect in this.
Oh.
I mean, thinking about it, like, you're inside this disc. Do you actually need to eat and drink in this disc, or even sleep? I don't know how it works.
Uh-oh, Compa's gonna start bawling again. Professor, what do? I mean, we're smarter than monsters, right? Maybe we'll find a way out a lot quicker than we think. Yeah, we got in this thingy, so there's gotta be a way out. Let's start marching, Compa.
Okay. Oh.
So, are we in the dungeon now? Can I actually leave the dungeon? Like, can I just turn around and leave? No. But I can stand in the floor. Yep. Of course. Let's get a monster call going as soon as possible. So where am I meant to go in here? My throat's going dry. That's not a good sign. I'm assuming all the way to the right. That's where I'm thinking we're going. The place actually is called Inside a Disc. That's a bit weird. Did they actually do this in Rebirth? I don't think they did they? I think they just did the whole smashing the disc. I think that was the story in that. Would have been nice if they did the inside the disc, because they did the inside the game later on in Rebirth 3, with the whole SAO sort of storyline there going on. So they could have done it in Rebirth 1. And it would have felt right there. But I don't know. I've played so many Neptunia games that they're all blurring together now in my head, and it's all just one world in my head. Well, it's one multiverse. That's the thing. I really would actually like that, thinking about it. Sort of like a spin-off game, but not a spin-off game, that sort of explored the idea of, like, the idea that there's a Neptunian multiverse. Similar to the SMT games and the Persona games, which are all part of the same multiverse. Well, technically they're all part of the MT universe, isn't it? Well, multiverse. Because Shin Megami Tensei is part of the Megami Tensei series.
Next time.
I don't know. I get lost on that series completely. I just know Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. One of the few Japanese named games I can actually pronounce correctly as well. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know why I can pronounce that one correctly, but I can. Could it be that way I'm gonna go? I don't know. If I'm wrong about going this way, I'll basically turn around and head the other way and make a cut and come back here, because we've already been here. Simple as that. But yeah, there's many ideas they could do with this series, but they keep doing RPGs. They tried, well, that they've done a tactical RPG. There's the action RPG coming out, which is Cyberdimension, and we've had the other ones as well with like Blanc's game and Neptunia U, but they're still based around the central theme of being an RPG, really. The central genre. The only one different is Pee-Pee.
Random theory alert. Do you see a boss-ish looking thing over there?
Yes, actually I do.
Oh, well, kill that and we're out.
What if that thingy is the center of the disc? Would we be able to snap the disc and escape by beating it up? Maybe?
But what if we snap the disc and it kills you?
Yeah, right. That's just way too random. Well, I mean, it's a kind of typical scenario. Plus, there's always stuff to gain from winning a battle. It's win-win. I guess we'll earn some experience points, maybe an item. I think your theory is weak, though.
But what else are we gonna do?
Let's fight and get back to our world. We'll talk to Mr. Heretic all stern and angrily.
And you don't want to see Compa when she's angry. You'll turn into a cardboard cutout. Because that happened that one time.
No sweat.
I like how this enemy looks, though. Does look pretty cool. But yeah, so we've had PP is the only one that's sort of like detached in terms of gameplay. Like all the others are sort of, they're still sort of, well, again, you got the card games as well, but they're not even what I'd call Neptunia games. They're sort of with something else, sort of. It's hard to describe, but I think you get what I'm getting at. I'm doing the wrong button combination. We need a series of Neptunia games that aren't RPGs. Because I've seen a lot of people say, would you play a Neptunia card game? I'd love a Neptunia card game. That would actually be really, really fun, because there's lots of ideas they could do with a Neptunia card game. I mean, could you imagine how fun that would actually be? It would be stupidly fun. I'd obviously play as Neptune. Like, the amount of skills you'd have in the cars that would just be references to other card games. It would. Oh, I kind of actually want that to happen now. That would be such a fun idea. I'm trying to think, like, what would the blue shell be? Like, because they can't just call it the blue shell. Like, what could they call it? I don't know. But there is not many other kart games out there, is there? There's basically Mario Kart. And that's generally it. There's a few other companies that have tried, and then they either fail or they stop. But we haven't had like a proper other series of kart games other than Mario Kart. And the best kart game, obviously, is Crash Team Racing.
Whoa! I can feel the energy!
So can I.
Yay! I leveled up!
Level up, Bo!
Level up!
Yep.
We're back, Mr. Heretic. What you got now? You gonna give up? Ready to chat?
He's gonna be like, what? How did you get back?
I really can't believe you broke the disc to escape. Just who are you, girls?
Just 3 random nobodies, really.
We're Basilicom spies. Boo!
Oh God.
Well, no, not really. We're here to inspect this dungeon by the Basilicom's request.
Were we? I don't remember that happening.
We found out your discs are the cause of the monsters. So, where did you get them?
They were given by Overlord Momus's messenger. Leading monsters to spawn in this world is my new mission.
I think you should get another mission. That just sounds... Why would you agree to that?
That's why you are summoning them? This is a big no-no!
Indeed. I mean, like, seriously, what were they giving you that was worth doing that? Like, did you get loads of money? Did you get healthcare? What?
You don't know anything, you busty brat! You'll be punished for this! The world will die without monsters!
How does that even make sense?
I ain't gonna let that happen. Compa, Iffy, and I will never let this world die.
How could I trust 3 little girls? Your hollow confidence means nothing to me compared to the Overlord's punishment.
Looks like he's lost all faith in the goddesses. We can't possibly expect him to believe in our words.
I feel the same for once, actually. We believe in the goddesses, but he believes in this Overlord person. Nep, just bust up his discs. We should leave him alone after that.
You really can't believe in us? Please, I totally promise we'll do it.
I mean, we might not. We might die. I'm just putting it out there. We might die.
Fine, whatever. But if you ever want to trust us, just stop summoning monsters, okay?
It's just like, please, you know. I assume he agreed?
Okay, one problem. We know these heretics are going around and spawning monsters. What do? Should we bust all the heretics in the whole wide world? Nope, we'll deal with it later. They're not the problem here. Well, like, maybe 50% or something.
The Overlord's messenger is giving these discs out like candy. That's the main problem, right?
Candy? I wish. But you're right. This'll never end otherwise. That's a pretty solid thought coming from you, Nep. All right, let's tackle the source.
It's gonna be R4. We know this. It's always R4. Right, what we got? Let's explore. Ooh, legendary hero. Let's see. Neptune contemplates something from something else. So she says. What? No. Your noises are distracting. What's wrong? Is it your stomach? When Nep makes that noise, she's deep in thought. Why don't we try to guess what it is? Ooh, nice. Let's see your guesses. I bet you were thinking about what to eat for dinner. Wrong. You think I only want to eat or something? No, you want a nap as well, of course. I know, you were wondering how to become cuter to attract more boys. I don't think she's interested in boys. Not like I ever think about that. There you go. But not like I ever think about that, but you're wrong. Then are you thinking about how to become a monster hunting hero? Ooh, warmer. But you know, I think about that all the time. You're pretty complicated. Compa, you're starting to make those noises too. So, what is it, Nep? Don't smirk and say nothing. Well, you know, those prophecies about a main character having the blood of a legendary hero running through their veins? Yep, like those games, right? What about it? I should have that blood in me too, right? But why am I still all junky at fighting monsters? I mean, you're not. You're just not. Huh? Nep, are you ill? Nope, I'm for serious. I hope you think about this so hard you forget to breathe. Jeez! That's just... Ify's getting harsher and harsher in this game. Like she really is. Right, so let's have a look here. Too many books? Impossible. Whiteheart's blog is updated. Well, that one's going to be the blog as well. The Planet PR Environment. So, yeah, there we go. So let's have a look at the blog. Too many books. Which is impossible, really.
I don't have any room for a new book. I don't want to sell my old ones either. Would anyone even want to buy them?
Just expand your library? Just do that. What? Alright then. Oh, it did that weird thing where it just goes back to there. Right, environment. Snow. We know it's snow. Lots of snow.
Today's topic is Louise culture. It's fun here. From kids to senior citizens, our main demographics. We all enjoy our lives. We're born to play.
I thought this was environment, wasn't it?
Families go out together or stay in and play virtual party games like bowling, or bowling, and bowling on weekends.
Sounds very bowling.
There are fewer cases of dementia on Louis because people undergo a lot of brain training with games. Elders buy consoles for grandkids as gifts. How heartwarming, huh? I hope they still enjoy it after a few weeks.
Weeks?
There are stories of people buying counterfeit products and upsetting their grandkids. Sucks. We'll expose these illegal bootleggers soon. Be warned and be prepared.
Her eyes started to go a bit more blanchish just then.
That's all.
Uh-huh. Right, so we're gonna end this part, and in the next part we'll go off and have a view of a war hunch. So we'll see you then. Ta-da for now.